Okay. What is this? Hello, welcome everyone. Let's do an opening reading for me. Okay, good. I've done an opening reading about the live stream that we are about to do. Hi Redwing, yes I am a bit early. I thought I'd come on early and do my opening reading. Sort of, while I'm sort of semi on my own, but anyway I'll show you what it is. It looks quite interesting. I noticed that last week we did an opening reading, I did an opening reading, and it turned out to be a bit prophetic. So then when someone asked me, can you tell the future? And of course I said no, because that's the ethical reply. But then later I thought to myself, well actually maybe I can sometimes pick up on what's going to happen. Because I did, didn't I, with that reading, with that disruption that we got. Anyway, here's what I've got for today's reading. Now my chat is a bit disturbed by a kind of rather horrible message from YouTube to remind me that I put on slow mode. Well, I have put on slow mode, but I don't need reminding that. It means that each person has to wait 10 seconds between each message that they give in. So if there's a trolly sort of person, it kind of maybe slows them down slightly. But I don't want to slow down the friends, you know, who might have things to say. But anyway, here's the reading for today's session. And I can't see it properly because of the message from YouTube on my screen. But that's me, the fool, fair enough, open to anything. That's you guys, the people who've tuned in. Reversed Four of Cups, which I see also as quite a fresh energy. The reversed Four of Cups. There's no cynicism there, is there? There's no yeah. There's no sort of bolshiness. What do I mean? The Four of Cups is someone who is difficult to satisfy, difficult to amuse, and reverse Four of Cups is, you know, then. That's not, there's an absence of that energy, there's an absence of that cynicism, so that's really nice. And the Star as the card for today's session, which is absolutely great. Need one say more, the Star is the guiding light, the magical guiding light that leads us towards our better future, so that's brilliant. That's the reading for the live stream. Jojo Jacques Tarot. On time today, yay. Hello from London. Oh, you're in London. Ah, very, very good. So it's 6 o'clock in London. I have done my homework and I have brought a tarot deck with me for us to discuss. I'm going to London. I mean, I come from London and I visit London sometimes. Though I find it, you know, much more stressful than it used to be. But I go there from time to time. Jojo says, can I please ask a question for the tarot? Yes, let's do some reading before it gets too crowded. I have a choice between two jobs. One is more stressful but pays more. Two is less stressful but not as well paid. I don't know which to choose. Please help. Okay, brilliant. I enjoy doing questions like that because they're focused, aren't they? That's a focus question, and so hats off. Let's ask the tarot what the tarot thinks about that. I'm just going to clear away the reading I just did for the live stream. Nocturnal says hello. Hello, Nocturnal. I'm just doing a reading for Jojo. And if anyone who's tuned in wants a reading, just let me know and I'll put you down on the list and we'll go through the list in order. Okay. So Jojo has asked about two jobs. Job number one, the more stressful one, and job number two, the less stressful. More stress, more money. Less stress, less money. Nocturnal, yes, I'll do your reading after Jojo. So Nocturnal, just whenever you're ready, just type in your question, and I will read it when I've finished Jojo's reading. Okay. So these two jobs, Jojo, let's take this one, this tarot. Let's do 3 cards for each job and have a look at them, yeah? Or two or three, 2 cards for each job and then we'll have a look at them. Okay, Jojo has 2 jobs, job number 1 and job number 2. Job number 1 and job number 2. Please tell us about these 2 jobs. These 2 possible jobs. Okay. Number 1. Number 2. Okay. I think it's fairly clear, Jojo, but I will go through it with you. I'm using my patented, magnet board. Jojo, that's job number 1. You've got the Strength card and a reversed Emperor, which I'm concerned about there. Job number 2, you've got a 4 of Batons, which is a very nice environment, and you've also got a Chariot. So, I immediately go for job number 2 there because you've got a much more harmonious environment, haven't you? 4 of Batons, that's a very harmonious, it's a safe, pleasant, civilized environment. And, combined with that Chariot, there is some progress for you. There is some sort of mastery. I mean, Chariot is a good card for work and or career. I don't know whether it's career, it might just be a job, but there is progress there, isn't there? There is getting ahead a little bit there. Now this one, job number 1, I mean, strength is okay. That's you're learning stuff. You're getting strong, and maybe you're getting financially strong. But this reversed Emperor, I don't like the look of. It sounds like the environment could be very harsh and a bit strict, and it might also be, if that Emperor is reversed, it might also be disorganized. So, kind of. If it was me, I would definitely go for job number 2 because of this Chariot here. I think that looks quite nice. Now, I haven't been reading your messages. What have you said? The magnet board, yes, indeed. Career, it's career. Well, if it's career, then job number 2 is pretty great because a Chariot is a career. And Chariot relates to Cancer. Cancer's a cardinal sign. Cancer has learns a good persona for the career environment, arena, and Cancer gets ahead. So, job number 2. No autonomy in job number 1. Yep. I think that reversed Emperor is not really very inviting. Okay. We could go into it in hugely more detail, but I think in the context of a live stream, I think that's quite a succinct answer, don't you? Yeah. Okay. All right then. I think that's good for that one, isn't it? So we have Mr. or Ms. Nocturnal there is next on the list, but we don't have to only do readings, we can also talk about other things. But Nocturnal, could you type in your question if you're still online? And I'll read it. Okay, there we go. There's a girl I like. Can the cards let us know if she likes me back and where this connection is heading? Thank you. And hello, L. Phillips. Okay. Nocturnal, it's a very, very understandable question, and it comes up quite a lot. And I have nothing against answering it. I usually answer it in a very particular way. So I'm going to answer. I'm going to come at it sort of sideways. Can the cards let us know if she likes me back? It might not be as simple as that. Let's ask for the energies around the connection between you two, okay? And then we'll just discuss it a little bit and see what it looks like. We can't actually pry into her mind without asking her permission, but we can get a feeling for the energies in the air. Okay, this is for Nocturnal, a girl that they like, and we want to know the energies between the two of them and maybe where the connection is heading. Okay. Okay, it seems I've got a 9 of swords for you. I've got a reversed 7 of pentacles for the girl that you like. And I've got a page of rods for where this is heading. It feels like Nocturnal, it feels like you're stressed at the moment. It feels like there are certain sort of thoughts spinning around your head, maybe causing you a bit of mental sort of anguish. I don't know whether that's because of the girl or because of other things, but let's start with that sort of slightly stressed feeling in you and in her. I get the feeling that she is quite busy with with her own stuff. Okay, let me show you these three cards on the table, because what I'm getting is it doesn't feel very flowing. We've got a Nine of Swords for you, a reversed Seven of Pentacles for the girl you're interested in, and here a Page of Rods for the energy of the relationship. Have a look at that. Now these two cards don't really seem to be talking to each other very much, and you know, that's the energy that I'm picking up now. It's not necessarily the energy that'll be working in, for example, in a month's time. I think I would say, with regard to this card here, the Page of Rods, that she's probably going to let you know if she likes you back. I mean, this is the card that symbolizes an announcement. All the pages do announce things, but this one in particular. And it feels like that she is going to announce something, let you know something which will clarify the whole situation, whether there is affection coming from her end and where in fact this is going. It's not clear at the moment, so just wait and see what she announces. Just wait for this, okay? That's what I would say about this connection. That was for nocturnal. Deep breath. Okay. So yes, I think she will let you know nocturnal, okay? You're in separation, haven't talked for the last 4 months. Yeah. Well, that would explain the Seven of Pentacles. I get the feeling that she can't, there's something that she sort of can't take her eye off at the moment. Something that needs a lot of attention. She can't pause. Okay. Redwing, hello Redwing. That's great. Okay, so but that's not a question. You're talking about, you're relating to Jojo's reading, right? I see. Oh, hi Nicholas. Nice to see you. That book you're reading looks interesting. I saw it on. I saw you talk about it on Instagram. I've been watching lots of videos about channelers and psychics and things like that. And oh yeah, I just wanted to. I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a topic of conversation into the forum, which is this. What's the difference between divination and fortune telling? I mean, clearly we all have some sort of idea about what the difference might be, but how can you really define the difference between divination and fortune telling? I get the feeling that divination is about when we ask the cards for wisdom, when we ask that we want to understand our lives better. And fortune telling is when someone says something like, am I going to get my A-levels, or will I get pregnant this year, or will I be rich? You know, and it feels that fortune telling is when you're consulting the cards, but you're not specifically asking for increased understanding, you know. And I find that quite interesting. And I find when you hear psychics talking online about their job and so forth, a lot of them say that, you know, it's important to ask the right questions, you know. So it seems to me that if people come to a tarot reading and ask the good questions, then the tarot reader can perform and the cards can really perform, and the spirit guides or whoever they are, or our higher selves, our higher brains, can really help us. And then it all becomes really interesting. So I think that's going to be my sort of, what's the word? My position as a tarot reader, that I'm going to encourage people to ask these questions which are about increased wisdom. Okay, Nick says, I think divination is including God/spirit. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think divination is on the spiritual side, yes. But I think also there are people in the world who wouldn't define themselves as spiritual, but who do want to become wiser, you know, and who do want to just expand their minds. And I think tarot can work in those circumstances, and that can work as divination. If it's completely unspiritual, then it's fortune telling. My other topic of conversation is this thing. Someone gave me, I think, Nocturnal says something. In fortune telling, we ask questions to cards, while in divination, we allow the cards to speak what is good for us at the moment. Yeah, I think that's true. L. Phillips. Okay, wow, L. Phillips. I'll put you down. Sure, that looks like a heavy question. L. Phillips. I've had 2 stalkers harass me over the past year. I don't know either person. They know one another. One got into my building and arrested. Got arrested. The other, I only got a harassment order. Oh my goodness. That is horrendous. Yeah, okay. Very uncomfortable story. What's the question, L. Phillips? How do we frame it? Okay, it's a nightmare. Should I move? I love my apartment, but police can't do much. What do your cards say, please? Okay. Well, let's do 2 or 3 cards for move and 2 or 3 cards for stay, shall we? Yeah. Yep. Stalking is not a nice thing, is it? Okay, L. Phillips. Great location, expensive to move. Yeah. So move or stay. Okay, stay or move. Just a second. Which first? Okay, so the first 2, the upper cards will be stay, and the lower cards will be move. Okay. Okay, this is for L. Phillips. Let's do Morgan Greer. 2 or 3 cards each. 3 cards each. Stay and move. Stay or move for L. Phillips. Okay. Devil, Lovers, Empress, stay. Devil, Lovers, Empress, stay. Move, Wheel, Chariot. It's really difficult, isn't it? It's really difficult. I'll show you the cards, Al Phillips. It's not entirely clear, immediately clear, what the advice is. Okay, so we have stay here, three majors. We have the devil, lovers, reversed, and empress. That's if you stay. Which in a sense feels a very strong statement, but there is this disrupted energy of this reverse lovers card. Lovers is a fork in the road, isn't it? It's a sort of, lovers is a sort of is a Venusian energy. I don't know what kind of stalking this is, but it's, that looks like a disturbed Venusian Venus energy. Maybe that's what stalking always is. And if you move, then okay, you've got a Chariot, but you've got Wheel of Fortune, which I always think sounds like a bit of a loss of control. And you've got a reversed Three of Pentacles, which I feel sounds like a disruption to your work and to your progress in life. I mean, that is they're attracted to me. Yeah, that's that, isn't it? That's the reverse lovers. You see, you've got to balance that out. There is, in a sense, a short-term disruption to your project, but you've also got, that would be balanced out by the Chariot, that you do have this forward-moving energy anyway. So things would go out of control, but I think you would get back in control. I kind of feel that the universe is on your side here. And so whichever course of action you take, you will be supported. Though I can see this is the most disturbing situation one can imagine, or one of the most disturbing situations. I'm saying this because I've gone through it myself, and I relate to, what's the word? Just the unpleasantness, I understand. But if you were to stay, let me have a look at these cards on the table. Let me just concentrate for a little bit. Okay, Alfred, so I've taken a fourth card as a kind of an advice card, and I've got the reversed Five of Swords, and what I'm getting is don't admit defeat. I personally, just looking at these cards very intuitively, I feel that you've got a certain kind of backup from the universe here. And as I say here, it feels like the guides, or whoever they are, don't want you to admit defeat. And although there is it's extremely disruptive energy here, it feels like you've got the devil and the empress on your side. which is quite a tough, backup. I would say don't admit defeat yet. That's all I would say with these cards. But I know that these situations are so out of control and they're so extreme that it is quite difficult to get sort of rational answers in the heat of the moment. And I'm just getting from this card, I'm getting the Kylie Minogue song, Better the Devil You Know. There's something about where you are at the moment. I think you are at home. There's something about the strength of being in your own environment. So I would stay for now, El Phillips. We can't go into it in any more depth than that. I commiserate. Okay. You're welcome, El Phillips. Okay, so let's just check in case I've missed anyone. Aisha Sharif. Salman feelings for me. Could you please check for me? Aisha, I need you to rephrase that. I think I understand the question, but it's not very clear. I will give you a reading, but please write that out a bit more clearly, could you please? El Phillips, yes, I'll take it as a stay. That's what I think. Ada, a question. Yes, I'll put you down. Why does a Cancer man does the things he with me, and what next to expect from him soon? Okay. So I'm going to kind of read that as following. Why does a Cancer man do the things he does with me? It's not clear. I need you to rewrite the question, please. Why does a Cancer man does the things he with me, and what next to expect from him soon? Please rewrite that or rephrase it. El Phillips, you're welcome. Aisha, I'm going to give you a reading, but the quality of my readings depends on the quality of and the clarity of the question. Okay, Salman is your friend. You want to know Salman's feelings for you. So we have Aisha and Salman, okay? Yes, I will put down 3 cards. And Miss Fiona will be then. Okay, Miss Fiona, I'm putting you down. Let me just read for Aisha. So we have 1 card for Aisha, 1 card for Salman. By the way, guys, if anyone wants to buy me a coffee for the tarot readings, you are welcome to do so. It's not obligatory, but sometimes it's nice. It makes me feel appreciated. Aisha and Salman. Aisha, that's your card, the star. You're an optimistic, hopeful person. That Salmon's card is clearly an attractive person who seems to be making you an offer, but with the Knight of Cups one is never quite sure, isn't that right? And the relationship between you, you've got a reversed Four of Cups. So it seems that there is a certain sort of dissatisfaction, isn't there? Because you don't know someone's feelings. And so this energy is changing, and you will know soon. My advice is this: the Sun. Keep things light and playful between you, but also it's okay to feel that you want to move things on. And I mean, it's okay just to ask and to take the initiative. I think the relationship between you it's got enough good energy for things to become clear quite soon. Either you will take the initiative and clarify things, or he will. But you know, if you don't want to, as I say, just keep things light and cheerful, and that will make it easier for him to clarify his feelings. Okay. That was for Aisha. Okay. Aisha, I can only really give you just sort of a quite, what's the word? A sort of like a snapshot. Snapshot readings. I can't go into it in any more depth. Do I see love energies? The emotional energies between you seem unclear. And I think love is something that has to be clear and to grow, and it needs to come from intention. It needs to come from both people. And at the moment, there seems to be a certain unclarity about what's going on. So that needs to be clarified. Miss Fiona, okay. Just a second, there was someone else. Ada. Why does it, okay, so Ada, have you rephrased the question? Ada, okay. Let me rephrase. Why did he come back again? How is it going to continue forward? Okay. That is clearer, thank you. Ada, okay. Ada and Cancer Man. Okay, Ada and Cancer Man. I just have to say something before I go into Ada's reading. I can see that Aisha feels I haven't quite answered the question. Um, do you see love energies? When I looked at the cards, I felt that he was looking in the other direction, that he wasn't looking towards you. So he doesn't see you at the moment, okay? So there could be love energies, but the relationship is not quite, you're not quite connecting at the moment. That's what I saw, okay? Okay, Ada. Why did the Cancer come back again, and how is it going to continue forward? We'll do 7 cards. Well, I'll show you the spread and then I will do it card by card. We've got, in the past, a 10 of batons. Something became too much, didn't it? There was like too much of a good thing, or the good thing became a sort of a burden in some way. That was past. Present, we have a reversed 3 of Pentacles. Future, King of Swords. Advice, Star. Environment, reversed 10 of Pentacles. Obstacles, reversed King of Wands. Probable outcome, the way things are going, an Ace of Swords. So let's see this whole thing in the context of that Ace of Swords. How is it going to continue forward? It is going to continue forward. Your advice card is the Star, hope in a word. Now, there isn't an obvious significator for the Cancer man in this spread, but there are 2 men in the board. We've got future conditions and we've got an obstacle. It feels that there is some obstacle to the flow of the relationship flow between you. And the obstacle is another person, probably another man, who is maybe not the most beneficial influence on maybe not the best person, I think, for you. And I think, to see this guy who I think is your Cancer man in the future conditions, I think he's going to be around. At the moment, there is a kind of like a disruption, and this is actually, in a weird way, it's not really the time. It feels like it's not the time for sort of firming up relationships to the extent of like, I don't know. I don't quite know where you are. Okay. So, okay, so there is another man for you, right? So he has a wife, you say. Okay. What I'm saying is that the environment, okay. So the background of this situation is his, in a sense, marital status here. which doesn't quite help. It does seem complicated, but all I can say is this. Look, you've got the star, and you've got the ace of swords, and you've got this guy, the king of swords. I think it's auspicious for you, for this relationship. But, you know, the other guy is not, presence of the other guy is not helping, and like his marital status is not helping. That has to be sorted out, okay? That was a reading for Ada. A deep breath. I think there are other people who are maybe asking. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Miss Fiona, I think. Ashutosh Rajora. Ashutosh Rajora. Unable to take any action, 18-year-old in IIT. Please help, very serious. Please, Ashutosh, please tell me more. Rephrase your question. I don't quite understand. Ada, you're welcome. Okay, so going back, Miss Fiona said, "Hi Robert, I would like to ask you if a house move is possible in the next few years. I have a house to sell as well. It's been in the back of my mind for a while. Thank you very much, Robert." House move, okay. Miss Fiona, is a house move possible in the next few years? House move for Miss Fiona. I have a house to sell as well. If a house move is possible in the next few years, comma, I have a house to sell as well. Fiona, I don't understand. It's obviously not terribly complicated, but I don't understand when you say I have a house to sell as well. Is it just the simple thing of you move house, you sell your house, you buy a new house, you move? Or is it that you want to move house and you have another house on the side that you want to sell? Could you rephrase, and could you just rephrase it so that if there are two factors, just narrow it down to one? Thanks, Fiona. Cindy Lee. Susan, Camille going, Susan Jacobs, okay. I'm going to try to answer these questions, but I am going to stop at 7 o'clock GMT. Nicholas, okay, this is not a non-reading. What do you prefer about Marseille majors or the RWS majors? I'm remembering from last week's video. It's a very, very big topic, Nick. I'm doing quite a lot of historical reading at the moment. It's a huge topic. I think I'd probably just have to have a coffee with you and tell you about that. I prefer the Pope and the Papess to the Hierophant and the High Priestess at the moment. I prefer the Minor Arcana in the RWS to the Major Arcana. I don't like the Lover's card in the Major Arcana. I think some of A.E. Waite's sort of golden dawny ideas, I'm not quite sure whether I'm into them. I'm getting a bit fed up with like the esoteric side of tarot. I don't think we need it. And I think that Pamela Coleman Smith opened up tarot into a more new age thing. But it's a huge topic, and I'm halfway through working it out at the moment. But I'll let you know. I will do more research, and I will make more videos about it. Ada says thank you. Susan Jacobs. I have no men or women, just feel drained. Susan, do you have a specific question? Is my question to you. Okay. So Miss Fiona's next, and there's a clarifying message from her. I want to move home. Do you see me moving? And I will be selling so I can move. Okay. Miss Fiona, moving home. Just a second. Environment, obstacles, outcome. I think that the environment for house moving is going to get better for you. You've got a Chariot as your future conditions, and you've got an Ace of Cups as your environment. Now, the environment is that which surrounds the question. And you've also got your Queen of Swords as your outcome card. And Queen of Swords is quite efficient at getting things fixed, isn't she? So, I think yes. You've got your present conditions. Now is a good time to think about it, to weigh it up, and to make any decisions you need to make. Maybe if you need to start a process going to get it sold. And you've got a reversed Two of Swords as an environment. Sorry, you've got a reversed Two of Swords as an advice card. So in the Two of Swords, you're kind of holding that position, even though it's not ideal. And in reversal, well, stop doing that, and allow yourself to move on to the next change. So I do see it all adding up to a move. You've got an obstacle there, a reversed Page of Pentacles. Might be a bad estate agent, Fiona, I don't know, or bad advice from a loved one who doesn't want you to move, something like that. Just a little bit of a niggly little bit of something holding you back in a niggly way, but nothing too serious, nothing too strong. Okay. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with requests at the moment, so I'm going to take a view, and maybe I'm going to sort of like close the door to new questions, see who's on the list already, and see if I can answer before I finish, okay? One up M, I like your hairpiece, man. It's almost real looking. Thank you. Nicholas Miles, fab. Cindy Lee, here for the knowledge. That's great. Okay. Susan Jacobs. Oh, hi. Nocturnal. You need to search Goju Satoru. I think I already have, actually. I think I know what the reference is. Nocturnal, that's a very interesting question. Maybe I can answer it when I've done the readings that people have asked for. J. Carlos, yeah, okay. J. Carlos will be the last reading. So yes, do ask a question if you want to. Susan Jacobs. And L. Phillips, you said something about the deck reviewed last week. I thought last week was a book review. Sorry, I'm deep in these readings at the moment. Susan Jacobs says, has the universe got a plan for me, please? Well, yes, it has a plan for everyone. Just struggling at the moment, and thank you. But I relate to the question, Susan, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask where the plan is for you, okay? So we're looking for meaning, right, Susan? Which card in the deck symbolizes meaning? Could it be Strength? Could it be Chariot? High Priestess? I think it's High Priestess. I think so. So in a sense, your hidden, mysterious, universal plan that exists for you, where is it? Okay, let me do this exercise for you, Susan, and we'll just see what happens. Where is the universe's plan for Susan? 5 or 3? 5. So what I'm doing, Susan, is I've shuffled the deck and now I'm looking for where the High Priestess is. And the High Priestess, the position of the High Priestess will give us some clue as to where this plan for you, this in a sense, the meaning, that you're looking for might be, where you could maybe look for it, okay? So I'll see where the High Priestess now is in the deck, now that I've shuffled for you. I'm looking through, you can watch. There. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So, I'll show you what I've got here, Susan, for you. And let's see if it resonates with you in any way. I have this little magnetic board that I use for these sessions. King of Swords, Six of Rods, Emperor. Okay, that's where I found the High Priestess in the deck. Those are the 5 cards that were around her. So that's where she was residing for you in that spread of cards, in that shuffle of cards. You've got a King of Cups and a Six of Rods sort of flanking her. Then you've got a reversed Emperor and you've got a King of Swords on the outer sides. Now, there's some kind of success that you need to get you up and running, and success sort of breeds success. It breeds more success, and that would come from. I think you have a good mind, Susan. I think you are quite a modern person, and I think you're quite a good judge of people and situations and things. And so these qualities are the qualities that you can use to bring about the kind of success that you need to feel that your life has a plan and has meaning. Okay, so think about that King of Swords. These court cards applies to men and women. This is kind of like Aquarian qualities. It's modern thinking. It's good use of the mind. On the other side of High Priestess, I see you've got this. You've got the King of Cups and a reversed Emperor. Now, the reversed Emperor is not an auspicious card. So I think this is, you might be sort of caught between 2 ways of thinking, and one way of thinking, this way of thinking, is less helpful than this way of thinking. Okay. Now, the King of Cups might lead you into a reversed Emperor situation, and if you have a reversed Emperor energy in your life, it means that you can't really get things together because there's no structure. So this way of proceeding, this King of Cups, which is more well, it's sort of creative, actually, and it's sort of more emotional, and it might be, it is possible that if you're a creative person, it can be quite confusing because you see too many possibilities. So if you choose between operating like the King of Cups or the King of Swords, then it's good for you to operate like the King of Swords in this sort of like this cool, rational, modern, forward-looking way, to balance out your creativity and your rich emotional life. So that, in a sense, was a reading for you to find the most the feeling that your life has a plan, okay, and that basically that has meaning and has purpose. Okay. It's difficult to go into great depth when we're not in the same room together and when we can't actually converse together. But that was that. It's now 7 o'clock GMT, and I will read for J. Carlos, and then I might just answer any questions in a chatty way, but that'll be the readings all done. Okay. Tarot de Marseille, L. Phillips. Yes, that's right. That's right. And see, I'm closing the doors, guys. I'm a bit overwhelmed this week. I have to look after myself. I'm going to make J. Carlos the last reading. Hello 909 show. Thank you, Susan. J. Carlos, okay. I met a girl and we started to have something, and she's thinking about moving to where I live, but she still lives in another country. What we had was very special, but it will take some months for her to move. My question is, should we invest in this relationship or not? Well, let's just put down 3 cards. I hesitate to as a tarot reader, to tell you whether you should or shouldn't invest in the relationship, but we can look at the energies, okay? So it's J. Carlos. Should we invest in this relationship or not? And this is met a girl and we had something, okay. J. Carlos and the girl who lives in another country. Well, it does look like it might be worth investing in, you know, and that seems very, very clear. That's your card, that's her card, and that's the relationship. So, you know, those 2 cards are not easy, are they? I mean, look at her. She's restricted, and she might even be feeling kind of a bit useless because, you know, how can I put this? She said she'd move, is that right? So you're kind of hoping she can move. It'll take a long time for her to move. So in a sense, it feels like the pressure's slightly on her to move, but it's difficult. Look, as you can see from the card, she's all tied up. It's not so easy to move. And with you, you know, you've got the reversed Ace of Swords. I mean, the Ace of Swords is starting something, isn't it? And like you're ready to start, you know, Ace of Swords there, but it's reversed. You're prevented from starting. So not very comfortable, not very nice. But look at the card for the relationship. It's the Empress. It's the card of growth. It's the card with Venus on the shield. It's the card of you know, abundance and fruition and growth and well, clearly happiness as well. So if that was my reading, I would say that's a very auspicious reading, and I would be tempted to invest in the relationship, yes. Okay. I'm going to clear those cards away. It's now after 7 o'clock GMT. I'm not going to do any more reading, but I think there was one other question which someone asked that I found rather interesting. Okay, Nocturnal asked an interesting question. I've just begun to learn tarot and was wondering if the cards have their own energy, or are they more like a script or vehicle which the readers use to give language to their intuition? I think you can look at it either way. I think the healthier way of looking at it would be to say that the cards are very exciting and magical and I think surrealistic things. And I think that they are exciting to us and they are fascinating to us. And I think that we as people, as hopefully as potential tarot readers, we get excited by the cards and we get interested and we love them. Like, for example, I had this deck when I was a teenager. I had a bigger version of this deck and I found the images very magical. And I think that we put our energy of excitement and emotion into the cards. I don't really think the cards are conscious in any way, or I don't think that, I'm not sure if they really have an energy. I mean, I don't wrap my cards up in silk or keep them in special boxes. For me, they are just a pack of cards, but the way I feel about them and my love of the images or my love of the whole system is what creates this this event in which one can read. And yes, the cards enable you to open up and be intuitive. I see the cards as a kind of like a communication system so that we can communicate with our higher multi-dimensional selves that exist, if you like, on the other side and always want to help us. And this is a sort of an alphabet. It's a bit like a Ouija board in a way that we use in order to communicate. And the people on the other side, the multidimensional creatures or whoever they are so insanely clever that they manage to fix things so that we shuffle the cards at random and they go down and the answers in there. So that's what I think, guys. Thanks for being here and thanks for the very interesting questions. And I want to say, Ansi, I'm sorry I didn't have time for you. I really the live streams from 6 to 7 GMT on Sunday evenings. I will schedule them. I'll press the schedule button, so there will always be a scheduled reading if one is coming up, so you can check. There are certain Sundays I can't do. I can't do Sunday, February the 11th, for example. I'll probably do Saturday, February the 10th. But so if you come online and if you say hi just before 7 o'clock GMT, it will be too late because I will have a queue and I have to look after myself. I have to limit the amount of time I spend reading because it does take energy, guys. And it is a challenge. So Claudia, yes, I'm finishing. I'll be back next week, next Sunday, 6 to 7 Greenwich Mean Time, 6 to 7 UK time, okay? And SK, again, I'm finishing. I'll be back next week, 6 to 7 UK time. J. Carlos, you're welcome. Remember to press the like button, sure. I think we're all done. Nocturne says, so I guess it is safe to say that they are just a pack of cards until a tarot reader holds it. I think that's true. I think that's true, yeah. Will you consider a live Q&A? Sure. L. Phillips, I mean, to some extent, these are live Q&As. Would you say, are you suggesting that we just do Q&A and no readings? Just tarot chat? Yeah, sure. I mean, in some ways, that would be quite welcome, because tarot reading during live streams is quite difficult, actually, and I do it joyfully, but it's a challenge. So I'll have a think about it. Maybe next week could be Q&A, could be Q&A only. Yeah. Okay, so there's at least 2 people online who think that would be a good idea. So guys, I'm going to go now. If anyone wants to buy me a coffee, you can buy me a coffee. Doesn't matter if you don't feel like it. I'll be back next week, which will be whatever, next Sunday. I think that's the 3rd of February or something, but it's a Sunday. Or maybe, no, that's the 4th of February, isn't it? I think, yeah. And then after that, probably Saturday the 10th. It is a performance. It's performative. It is performative, yes. I have to keep talking, don't I? Okay, everyone, dinner time for me. Lots of love. Bye. Bye. Let's do Q&A next time. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Bye. Bye.